Hey guys, it's me again, and you know it is April. So, with April has come the humble choice for the month. As you can see, we have a couple of really good games here that we're going to really get into as we get started. First up, obviously, Death Stranding, and it's the director's cut at that, right? So, if you don't know what Death Stranding is, it is kind of like a walking simulator, but you are a delivery person. Yeah? You basically deliver lots of different things. It was all the rage a while back. It's the dude who made Metal Gear Solid, Kojima. Yeah. It's really interesting. A lot of people really got into it. The whole basis behind it is really kind of like our interconnectivity as a society and how we move forward past an apocalyptic event. I haven't actually played it. I have seen some people play it. So this might be a good opportunity to actually play it. I mean, alone though, this game is well worth the money for this month. Next up, we have Aliens Fire Team. This is a co-op game, it looks like. I thought it was something different, but it says play with up to 2 players or AI as you battle through 4 campaigns to explore the mystery of a new planet, LV-895. Discover what hides in the ruins and caves beneath in this third-person survival shooter set in the Alien universe. So it's a survival shooter with many different game modes, lots of customization. I know when this came out, it kind of had really mixed reviews after a little while. I do like the idea of playing with more people to do it or playing a singular game. Graphics look pretty interesting, and of course the alien world is always pretty top notch. I kind of wish it was more than just 2 people, because I've got 3 friends, but who knows? Maybe it'll just be me and the other boys. So we'll see. But this looks like a really interesting game. Next up, we have Roller Dome. I have not heard anything about this game whatsoever, and this is my first time seeing anything about it. It looks like a game adaptation of Rollerball. Oh, but there's like guns and you shoot people and it's... Roller Dome is a single-player third-person action shooter that seamlessly blends high-octane combat with fluid motion to create an action experience like no other. Dominate with style and cinematic visceral combat where kills net you health and pulling off tricks and grinds provide you ammunition in this adrenaline-pumping action shooter. So, yeah. So you're like rollerblading and shooting and doing things. It looks really artistic at the very least. So this might be really cool because I thought it would be like more like a multiplayer shooter. But I guess not. I guess it is pretty much single player. Oh, it kind of looks like a third person My Friend Pedro. If you've ever played that. Well, it also looks kind of like Battle Angel Alita, their frame of rollerball in that. But it's called Roller Dome. Huh. All right, next up we have Life is Strange 2, the complete season. I don't think that 2 was as good as 1, in my opinion, but this has the complete season, so you get all of it. Both games are absolutely fantastic, to say the least. Very narrative driven by Square Enix. At least they published it anyway. So this might be more your style. It is mine. I love the first game. I never got to play the second one, so this might be a really good chance to do that. Jeez, I didn't realize how awful I looked. I just got off of work, so I haven't actually taken a shower yet. Jeez, why didn't one of you guys reach to the camera and, tell me to take a shower earlier? All right, next up we have The Life and Suffering of Sir Bronte. I heard this is absolutely fantastic. It is a narrative-driven RPG that comes to life on the pages of a protagonist's journal. Think choose your own adventure sort of thing. So this might be something really interesting to take in. Life in the great Arcanian Empire is harsh, and its hardest lot of yours by the circumstances of birth. You are a commoner holding no rights and no title to seize your fate and become the rightful heir to the legacy of the Bronte family. You have to come to grips with ossified tradition and prejudice, embarking on a lifelong journey from one's birth until true death. You will have to endure great upheavals, face adversity, and make many difficult choices. Every decision will affect not only the protagonist, his family, and loved ones, but may even topple the foundations of the empire itself. So, its basic is kind of like, again, kind of like a choose your own adventure. You have a specific thing, you make a choice, it sends you to a different page where you can make another choice, and so on and so forth, but you don't go back on yourself. Unlike the books where you can kind of be like, well, maybe it would have been better if I did this choice. You can't do that here. But this is really interesting. I have heard really great things, so I will probably play this one. Next up, we have Monster Camp. Monster Camp is kind of like... It is made by the publisher of Monster Prom. I do know... this has got some extra people in it. And it says it's a multiplayer... Yeah, it is a multiplayer dating game. Yeah, I forgot. You can have more than one people doing specific things to basically find the person of your dreams. Kind of like a board game. I did play the first one on the channel a while back. If you'd like to check that out, this is not very much different. Just a couple of different characters, different setting, and so on and so forth. I do know that some of the Game Grumps do some of the voices because they're kind of in on that. So, there you have it. Next up, we have Revita. Again, another one I have not seen. Looks to be kind of like a Metroidvania. A fast-paced, twin-stick roguelike platformer. Climb an ominous clock tower in a series of procedural encounter rooms and pass challenging boss fights on your way to reclaiming your lost memory. Nice. Exchange health for power in fast-paced glass cannon gameplay. Find the right balance of attack and defense as you try, die, repeat, and progress up the tower. Got a whole bunch of unique powers, just like any other roguelite. Tweak your game a little bit, it seems, until you reclaim your lost memory. Last up, it looks like we have a game called Founder's Fortune. This looks like a basic survival city builder. But is this multiplayer? When your colonists arrive, they have nothing but the clothes on their backs. You take control and tell them to gather materials and build walls, floors, and furniture. You are not limited to predefined buildings. Design your own houses and style them to your liking. There are dozens of construction and furniture elements that can use to create the settlement you've always dreamed of. Yeah. Raise your family. Villagers go through a lot together, so they value their friendships very high. Some might even decide to start a family, and you soon be welcoming new members to the group. Interesting. So it's basically, yeah, it's a city builder, farm sim, family sim sort of thing. It's your basic game. But, what, ranged weapons? So there's going to be fighting? Yeah, protect your outpost. You're not alone in this new land called home. Soon, tiki goblins living there are not all happy about your settling efforts and might pay you a visit. Interesting. I like the art style. It's kind of a 3D version. I might give this one a look. So hopefully I actually have some time coming up that I can play it. So far, those are the games of this month. The charity of this month is also called Cool Effect. is on a mission to reduce carbon emissions. Interesting. All right. As always, you can come in here and, do your thing. I'm still a 12-month active, so I can refer a friend if you need to or not. But those are your games for April. So, until next time, be kind to each other.